You see, one problem with this our generation is that we want to be noticed very quickly. And I'm saying this knowing fully well that I'm not immune to that problem as well. So earlier today, I was reading a chapter of a book and I came across the Wright brothers. You know, those guys that invented airplanes. And there's something that I read in that story that is different from what I've read or seen before. It was the fact that these people were quietly building airplanes, experimenting in their backyard for years, and nobody paid attention. Nobody even cared. And the most shocking part is, even when they became successful, like they had their first flights, nobody still gave an F. Like for over 4 years, they were experimenting, they were flying, and people were looking at it like some sort of like sorcery or magic. It's like somebody telling you now that he has invented something that can help us teleport from one location to another. And you see it work, you most likely think there's something happening behind the scene that is not sustainable, cannot really stand the test of time. And that was how that was how people looked at them for 4 years after they've had their first successful flight. So think about it. If something as big as airplanes took years for people to adopt, and even when they started adopting it, it was first used as a military weapon, then rich people started using it like as a form of adventure. And there were even some reports that it was never going to be used for commercial purpose. But look at where we are now. So this brings me back to what I was saying, that young people, like a lot of people in this generation, wants to be noticed very quickly. You have an idea, you're building something, and it genuinely solves a problem, but because you're not getting the traction and people are not talking about it, you automatically drop the idea. You feel like it is meaningless. That's the problem. You need to give yourself the grace and the time to keep building, regardless of whether or not it gets people's attention. And that's what I have for you today. No noise or no attraction or no attention doesn't mean that what you're building doesn't have value. You probably just need more time.